What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Tanner Weidman of Barbarian Bite. Today we're going to be covering the topic of achieving the all-coveted V-taper physique. Most importantly, by targeting our lats and increasing the width of them so that we can have the appearance of an even narrow waistline. As always, let's just get straight into this one. So when it comes to building up some bigger lats, I come from the group of guys who had the worst developed back, as you're able to see right here. Ever since applying the techniques I'm going to show you right here, this is what's been able to yield me the results that you're seeing with my after picture, where I've got a much more pronounced V taper and have significantly grown up the size of my lats. So step number one to start to grow the size of your lats is to first not prioritize horizontal pulling, which is going to really focus on developing the thickness of your back, and instead focusing on vertical pulling, which is going to engage your lats. That's not to say don't do any horizontal pulling. Rather, put your vertical pulling at the beginning of the workout when you have the most amount of energy, and then conclude the portion of the back workout by putting all the horizontal pulling at the end. Now, one of the biggest mistakes that I found myself having was even when I was doing vertical pulling, I wasn't actually getting any activation from my lats. Rather, what I was doing was mostly pulling with my arms, and this is typically the way that it looks. Yeah, I might have hypothetically been lifting a lot of weight and impressing myself with the numbers that were on the stack, but the only problem was these efforts were pointless when it came to developing and growing the width of my lats. Now, not just this, but also turning the lat pull down machine into more of a horizontal pull. If you're back too far, you're really not hitting the width of your lats, and you're more focusing on building up, again, the thickness. So on the way to learning how to properly use my lats and not utilize my arms so much, I began using this technique you're seeing right here, scapular retraction or scapula adduction. Now, you don't need to start this with heavy amounts of weight. I think I was only doing 5 plates right here, and what I'm focusing on doing is keeping my arms completely stationary. There's a slight bend in my elbow, and all I'm doing is retracting my scapula, holding for 1 second, and this is what's going to initiate the movement that is going to begin to activate your lats. And I just want to show you guys that you're able to actually do this on a pull-up bar as well. It's a little bit more challenging because you're going to be doing your body weight with this one, but it's providing you with the exact same benefits, developing the mental awareness of being in your back and initiating the movement from the back as opposed to your arms. Now that that's taken care of, here is the very first 2 most important things that I always do before I get into any pull. The first is an extension or a curve of the thoracic spine. The second is initiating the movement with my scapula before my arms to pull the bar towards my chest. Now, after we've gotten that accomplished, you're gonna notice here, this is what I use to help to develop that mind-muscle connection inside of the back so that I could actually recruit my lats a lot more while I was doing the pull downs as opposed to my arms. And what I was doing was actually resetting my scapula on every single rep. So again, this is still technically the warm-up, and I do a full set of 10 repetitions of these directly after the scap retractions. And what I'm focusing on doing is initiating with the scapula, holding and squeezing that as hard as I can for 1 second, and then following through by pulling down the bar towards my chest. Now, the next best tip that I have for you, this is a great demonstration, and I wish I could have seen something like this years ago. You'll notice I only have my pinkies and my ring fingers on here. The ring finger is actually only on there so I can actually have the stability of the bar, but the purpose is to demonstrate what I am trying to cue when I'm pulling through the bar. I'm not just thinking of gripping the bar, rather I'm trying to pull with all of my force through my pinkies, and I'm focusing on trying to bring my elbow down and pull through my elbow, and this is what's going to help you to maximally recruit your lats every single time you're performing this exercise. The final point I want to demonstrate here is the use of an overhand grip. You'll notice that my thumbs are over the bar, and this is just so I can help to minimize the role that my biceps will be playing on each and every single repetition, and helps me to mentally cue myself even more to continue to pull through my pinkies. Now here you're able to see the proper execution of the exercise. I initiate with that thoracic extension. I begin by initiating the scapula, retracting it, pulling through my pinkies, pulling through my elbows, using an overhand grip, and I'm using a slow and controlled tempo right here. We're coming down for about 1 to 2 seconds on each rep, holding for a full second, consciously contracting my lats as hard as possible, and utilizing the eccentric. Now, for maximum results on this, with the proper form that we've already executed here, the main tip I always have for stimulating hypertrophy, aka muscular growth, is to increase time under tension, which we're doing for every single repetition at about 3 to 5 seconds, but also we can now add in a higher rep range. Normally guys will perform 10 repetitions. It would be advisable to utilize the same rep range that I used when I first started this, which was about 15 to 20 repetitions. So there you guys go. That concludes today's video. I really hope you guys learned a lot and are gonna be able to build up some nice, big, wide lats that are gonna give you that V-taper physique. And if you made it this far in the video, then leave a comment down in the comment section letting me know exactly what this is. So 1, I can see who made it this far in the video, and 2, we can throw off everybody else when they go, why is indoor waterfall commented everywhere in this guy's video? If you guys enjoyed the video, then be sure to smash that like button down below, and also be sure to subscribe for weekly workout tips and nutrition tips that you will not want to miss. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. I'll see you all in the next video.